What is up, you guys? This is Raspreet Gill. Welcome to the channel. And today we are ruling in automotive excellence. Prepare to be captivated by the Hyundai IONIQ 5 and its sleek design, the cutting edge tech, as well as all of that eco-conscious engineering that's been put in to build this vehicle. So this car comes packed in with a 72.6 kilowatt hour battery. It produces 217 PS of power, and it's all being thrown to the rear wheels because the electric motor has housed itself right at the back there. Massive tires that are housing these wheels. They're 255, 45, 20 inches, that's what they are. It makes 350 Newton meters of torque and has a top speed of 185 km per hour. Now the claimed range, what Hyundai says, is about 630 kilometers on a full charge. You can move up to 80% of charge within 18 minutes using a fast charging unit, which is a 350 kilowatt hour DC charger. But at home, what you're gonna get is a 11 kilowatt box charger. So this car does come with ADAS. It's a level 2 tech. Every time I try to overtake without showing my indicator, it does tend to beep away that way because of the lane keep assist. So the vehicle also does pack in the West tech. Now the West tech is the virtual engine sound system, which alerts pedestrians on the road out there that this, being an electric vehicle, isn't going to be that quiet. It does create a bit of a humming noise so that they are alerted that the car is passing by. The touchscreen is a 12.3 incher. The driver's display as well is a 12.3 incher. And it's so lively, it gives you this vibe that, yep, it's so very eco-centric. Again, that is the language that it carries. Now you can clearly see out here, every time I flip my indicators, I get these cameras due to the 360-degree camera system that this car packs in. I get it for the right as well as the left indicator. And then it also gives me that blind spot warning. All of this does come in along with that ADAS tech that I spoke about. It does pack in a 8-speaker Bose sound system. You also get in a tire pressure monitoring system, which is dedicated.
Navigation, Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, both are wired. There's also this vehicle system check that helps you check if everything is running normal.
They even get your memory seat configurations. It's for the front as well as the rear seats. You can simply save them and set them up from here. Rear seats with memory function, that's amazing. You do get these sounds in nature and stuff, which is like a preloaded list. And so if you simply click rainy day, it'll sound like it's raining in the car and give you this wonderful ambient vibe, which is just so serene, looking at all these wide interiors and all of this eco-centric design elements in the vehicle out here. Now I have a 2-spoke flat bottom steering wheel right out here. It's nice and light. It does get stiff as you switch the drive modes, which the drive mode selectors out here. It looks like a wheel, but it doesn't turn that way. You've got to click it and then you can see right up there in the driver's cluster, which is another 12.3 inch screen that shows up your eco, normal or sport drive modes. You've got your assistive features out here for your cruise control, your lane keep assist and stuff like that. On this side, at the back end, we have a couple of paddles. Now these paddles aren't for the gears, they're actually for the regenerative braking tech that get activated that way. And along the side, along the steering column, we also do get our gear lever. So the best bit about the front seats is this. Bring up this little rest out here. Get those feet padded up nicely. Sit like this while my chauffeur drives me around. Look up to the sky in the night, probably stargaze and stuff. So now the glove box as well pulls out like a drawer. It's nice and deep inside, as though it's a drawer in your living room or your bedroom, whatever. Just simply shove it back in right there. Quick visor test coming up. Let's see if it quickly slides. Sound's coming from there. What do? It works completely. We're totally protected. Now, getting factually down to the range as well. We are getting something about, we have 57% of battery right now and it shows about 302 kilometers of range, which kind of does relate to the fact that the claimed average that it's supposed to give you, which is around about the 630 kilometer mark, is approved, because we would get something close to that on a full charge. So we have a dual zone climatic control system. The temperature can be increased and decreased by this. Now I hate touch panels, but this one seems rather decent because it makes that little bit of an audible noise every time you click it. You got your fan speed out here. Then we have the 360 degree. Check out the surroundings of the vehicle. Overall, what I do feel is this is the mode that you'd be very comfortable in. It doesn't feel laggy or anything of that sort. The steering is light. It just simply feels very agile to do whatever you wanted to do. But now let's get out of this and move it into normal. So it does have regenerative braking, pretty much like all electric cars. And that does tend to help the battery hold the charge for much longer. Okay, now in the normal mode, the car, it's quite punchy, I gotta say. Just simply, I don't really believe you would want to flick it into sport unless you know there's a charging point nearby or whatever, and then you'll be just simply comfortable to floor it all around, because it does eat up into the battery as well as the range. The faster you drive it, the more you put your foot down, it is going to create loss of battery. So the ground clearance in this car is 163 millimeters, which means speed breakers are no worry at all. Speaking of the suspension on this vehicle, at the front we have the McPherson struts, and at the rear end we have the 5-link rear suspension which it carries. It makes for a comfortable ride, but I do hear thuds that come into the cabin. Enough of the normal mode as well. Let's quickly dip it in a sport and take a look at how it corners, how does it brake, get a better feel of it here. So the steering has stiffened up quite a fair bit, and it is super peppy. It is super peppy, the car. Although I do have my front collision avoidance system on, so it would naturally end up braking as well, which is kind of spooky. If I go way too close, it would auto brake, and there you have it. You can hear it beeping. It has linear power delivery, but it's just that the driving response and the feedback alters drastically when you switch it into the sport mode. I feel the braking is great as well. So I'm in the back seat of the Hyundai IONIQ 5 right now, and this is quite literally the lap of luxury. The rear seats are electrically adjustable. You can slide them forward as well as backwards, as well as on this front passenger seat that's right out here. We also do have a reclining feature, but that is manually adjustable. So I just simply bring that ahead this way or take it back with the press of a lever. I do have heated seats at the back with a click of this button out here. My AC vents nicely chromed up in this aluminum. Also do have one of my favorite features at the back, which is a window shade out here. Now what really makes this place so awesome is all of that eco-conscious engineering that Hyundai has actually put in, that I spoke to you about at the start of the video. Now these seats that I'm seated in, it is leather, but it's leather that's been dyed using flaxseed oil. The door panels along the window right out here, these as well have been all made using plastic bottles that have been turned into this fabric, and that is next level. The carpeting as well as the headlining that's above right out here is made using sugarcane and corn. And Hyundai have been so very eco-conscious, it is literally amazing. I have this Vision glass roof on top, which is spectacular to look out of. It's such cloudy weather out there today, which is brilliant. Now 3 at the back in this vehicle is pretty much doable, especially the fact that there is no tunnel, no real transmission tunnel, let's say, at the bottom of this car. With short front and rear overhangs, the long wheelbase has been made incredibly possible. And it just simply facilitates all of this. A-class levels of headroom, legroom, you name it, it's got it.
There's also this onboard socket below the back seat that supplies up to 3.6 kilowatts of power for electronics.
So this cabin is now so very customizable. Mr. Driver, could you please slide back the center console?
Yes, sir.
And there you have it. The center console comes back. I could just simply store anything I want up there, or even access my USB Type A charging ports that are down there. In case it's too far away from me, I could just simply ask my driver, who's so kind enough to bring it ahead. Mr. Driver, could you please take this back so that I could fit one person right here? Thank you. Not that kind, the driver, but you'll get that guy switched later. Let's quickly take a look at some of the cooler bits of the IONIQ 5 from the outside now. We do get pixelated LED headlamps which are in the shape of a U. A couple of them out there, they look super futuristic. Bit of that ADAS tech going on there, as well as the front camera. And then it caps off with this clamshell looking hood. Down here, now we do know we get 20-inch alloys with this pixel design in the center. But the tires are the funky bit out here. They're Michelin Pilot Sport EV. Can you believe that? The tires as well say EV right there. Now just take a look at this bit real quick. So if I lock the car, the handles go in flush, and I go close to it, and they pop out that way. So underneath the hood, there is some insulation as well given up out there. You do get your charging dock out here where you could actually end up storing your charging cable and stuff. Bit of that frunk. Shut that, it says EV. You do even get the coolant system that goes on right out here, and that's mainly to keep the battery from overheating. That's the bottom line right there. Wiper washer fluid goes in there, your brake fluid up there. That's about it. Now the rear end, we do get the sloping roofline, merges into the boot, get my pixelated brake lamps that run all the way across this way, got the IONIQ 5 badging in the middle. We get into the boot of the Hyundai IONIQ 5. Got the rear view cam out there. Decent amount of space. Flat lip loading area out here. No real space saver or anything under there. It's just a little bit of a couple of hatches out here. Right below this is the electric motor. Just simply press this button up out here and you just simply drop it down. I have my charging port right out there. So I could actually open this by pressing it, or even using this key which is right out here. So just simply hold that, and you notice, voila, it opens up that way. I've got my charge level indicator out here. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 levels of it, and then the bars that indicate the amount of charge. And then you can also use that vehicle to load technology that Hyundai carries and power up appliances out from here. Now to shut it, I can again just simply hold this, and you can watch that right out there. It drops down seamlessly. So that was the Hyundai IONIQ 5. Now this car right here, it's been priced at about 46 lakh rupees ex-showroom. Some might feel that is a steep price tag, especially when you consider the fact that this is a Hyundai. But this isn't no ordinary Hyundai. It is quite literally a special one. It's so very environment conscious. It's fun to drive with a rear wheel drive setup and all of that. It has that road presence. It's so chunky. It looks massive. So if you're looking for a car like that out there, this could just simply be it. Now, if you do like the video, do drop a thumbs up. I'm Raspreet Gill, and I will see you all for the next one.